Hey guys, this is Dane Maxwell, your mayor, and just coming to you tonight to kind of keep you up on what's going on. We've got a lot of activities that have been happening. It's been a whirlwind around here, and tonight we've got some great things like the SCORE program for homeless people. This is a culmination of a lot of work done by a lot of people. And we have a lot of people who are invested in this program. I think it's the right way to approach the homeless issue. It's like we're going to talk about, this is not an easy problem to fix, but we're not going to ignore it either. So we engaged a lot of people to come in and give us a lot of opinions, and for those people to join us in solving this issue for long-term fixes. And so we've done that, and we've researched a variety of other options that we had, and we also took into consideration some of the success stories in other cities. So very excited about that happening tonight. Wanted to hit that problem head on as I came into office, and we've done a great job doing that. Council has worked diligently, and the staff here has worked diligently to bring all the players together, and I think we've done a great job. I also wanted to tell you some of the changes tonight on how we're going to do it. We're not going to do Facebook a live on air like we used to. We're going to do it live, but we're going to publish it after the meeting. It's simply because the sound quality I'm trying to make it more transparent. I'm trying to make it more informative. I'm trying to open the doors to getting the information out there. We have met with our congressmen and our senators. We've met with the White House staff. We've met with FEMA, MEMA. We've met with EPA. And man, I can't even remember all the people that we've met with. We've been met with positive response on repairing our infrastructure. So recently, I took another trip to DC, and we actually wrote the proposal and submitted it in for a lot of money to do a lot of work. Now, you can't just wish this money to come to you. There's a way to properly do it, and there's a way to go up and submit it and ask for it. What I'm saying is, give me an opportunity. It's been 4 months. Go look around and see if the city's not getting cleaned up. See if the streets aren't getting paved. See if the ditches aren't being dug. Seeing if the debris is still left out on the road. Doing everything that I can as a member of the council to get these things done. So our intentions are to rebuild the city's infrastructure. We also want to build some other things or repair. City Hall has to be, we have to build a new City Hall. They've been trying to do that for 25, 30 years, and nobody's ever taken that project on. So during Hurricane Nate, we were standing in water as it was pouring down the ceilings and roof here, and down the glass windows. These windows in City Hall are the old roll-out Florida windows that have no insulation. Another thing that we want to do is move the wastewater treatment plant. So we've been up there, and we're close to making some things happen in that direction, positive. We've been working very closely with JCUA. We've gotten some really good results back so far. Let me tell you, the infiltration of water into our sewer system is incredible. I mean, during the last rain event that we had, we were averaging here, it spiked that day here and then came back down. That spike represents, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars that you guys have to pay, okay? We all have to pay that. Now, how do you stop this high water bill? Is you stop that infiltration. So repairing all this infrastructure is going to do that. Now, here's another thing too. Drive around the city and look like I do. Twice a week, I drive around the city and I take notes. over 200 properties that we're getting cleaned up, grass cut, taking ownership from the Secretary of State so we can get it clean. Drive around, and anytime you see a slab, however many bathrooms was in that house on that slab, that's how many open sewers lines that you have. Now, you ask yourself, so why don't y'all just go fix those? Well, first of all, it's all private property. So the government can't just come in there and start ripping it up, right? Homeowners are hard to find because they don't live here anymore. But we have a plan. And like I've always said, there's nothing Pascagoula, no problem that we have here that money can't fix. So that's why we're asking for the money. And there's a procedure to do that. We have to have engineering reports, we have to have consultations, we have to have the experts that get it here. But once it starts coming, then we can do all of this work. So anyway, Ask the Mayor segment, I get one question. It's from Susan Richards. Please explain why Redshift Strategy was engaged by council vote under the consent agenda instead of having an open discussion at the council meeting. Also, explain how this entity was chosen. The taxpayers are paying $60,000 for what benefit to the city? Well, this will be the third time I've explained it. I have all the connections in the world, but I can't go do that, so we need somebody to go do that. Now, the $60,000 is half of what the last lobbyist that the previous council hired, all right, which resulted in nothing for us. So, let's see, why do we put it on the consent agenda? Because that's what we do. I mean, we have a consent agenda every time. We put it on the consent agenda and we vote on it. If one of the council persons wanted to pull it out, I mean, it had a 7-0 vote. If one of the council persons wanted to pull it out, they could have pulled it out. But I mean, they understand how government operates, so they didn't. How this entity was chosen, he was referred to us by our congressmen and senators. What benefit is the $60,000? He's a professional, he works in municipalities, I've told you before, and right now we're sitting in a pretty good position in Washington, D.C. So he's already paid for himself, in my opinion, and I've done this quite a bit. So there you go, Susan. Stand by, you're gonna see great things happen. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Remember to thank God for what we have and that we live in a great city like we do. So hug your loved ones and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.